Kaugnay ng pag-atanggi ng Duterte administration na pumasok sa settlement agreement para maipamahagi ang mahigit 13 milyong dolyar sa libo-libong biktima ng paglabag sa karapatang pantao noong rehimeng Marcos. Mga kapanayam natin, for the record, ang isa sa mga biktima ng paglabag sa karapatang pantao noong rehimeng Marcos na si Eta Rosales, na isa ring dating kongresista at chair ng Commission on Human Rights. Magandang umaga po sa inyo, Ms. Eta Rosales.
Yes, magandang umaga naman, Howie and Cara. What can I do for you?
Yes, reaction nyo lang, ma'am, dito sa naging desisyon ng gobyerno na i-reject itong settlement agreement, no? Na magbibigay ng pera sa mga naging biktima ng human rights violations mga panahon ni Marcos.
Excuse me. Sabi ni Solicitor General, sumasalungat ito sa mga batas natin, yung ba nabanggit? Kasi nasabi ninyo yan eh. Diba, yun ba ang argument niya? Because actually, kung titingnan natin, sa totoo lamang, we are a state party, ang Pilipinas, to 8 of 9 international human rights instruments, no? Or human rights treaties. Tayo lamang ang tanging country o bansa sa buong Asia na lumagda bilang state party sa 8 of 9 international human rights treaties. At lahat itong mga treaties na ito, sinasabi na kinakailangan igalang ang karapatang pantao ng mga mamamayan. At kung ito ay nalalabag, kailangan magbigay ng danyos, compensation, remedial measures, etc. Universal yan sa lahat ng treaties. So, kung sinasabi ni Solicitor General lumalabag sa mga batas, ito ang international norms and standards na dapat nating kinikilala and dapat nating ginagalang at kino-comply with as a member of the international human rights law.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Ngayon, ang sinasabi ngayon nila, ano ang gagawin natin? Hindi pwedeng ayusin, hindi pwedeng ibigay ito. Dapat ang kabuuan nito mapunta sa gobyerno kasi labag ito sa interest ng gobyerno. Sa ngayon, tactically, ang nakikita ko, itong mga obstructions or obstacles at saka mga rejection nitong ng Solicitor General will have to be addressed so that a final settlement will finally be yung maayos na ito. I think that this is just a delaying procedure on the part of the PCGG or on the part of the Solicitor General, no? To put it bluntly, because it goes against the grain of what has been done already. When I was chair of the Commission on Human Rights, we already had 2 distributions of the same principle.
Okay.
Oo.
Yeah, let's break this particular decision down, ano? Kasi $20 million, no, yung buong halaga nitong settlement, and of the 20 million, halos $14 million would go to individual victims ng human rights violations. But $4 million would go to the government. So ang tinututulan ba ng ating pamahalaan ay dapat yung buong 20 million ay mapunta sa National Treasury ng pamahalaan at wala mapunta doon sa mga biktima, o yung gobyerno mismo ang magbibigay sa mga biktima pag natanggap na itong $20 million na to?
Ang gusto nila, mapunta sa gobyerno. Period.
Lahat, period. Okay.
Period. Wala namang batas na magsasabing so much will go to the claimants kasi yung batas na ginawa namin yun, pinatutupad na. Ito eh.
Okay.
So this is after the implementation, which is already being done, no? Okay. And then President Duterte, nakakatuwa nga, nakakapagtaka, kasi President Duterte gave us up to the end of the year para matapos na itong current distribution that's ongoing.
Okay. So, kasi there have been several other settlements previous to this, no? Ngayon lang ba tumanggi ang ating pamahalaan sa isang court settlement sa Amerika? Ngayon lang?
Yes, ngayon lang tumanggi. Because yun na ngayon, dalawang distributions na ito, kinilala yun. And then the settlements were done in the foreign court, ha? We actually have pending 2 cases here in the Philippines for enforcement of the local courts, enforcement of the foreign judgment. And the courts have always refused it because of, I feel valuable reasons, much of which also has to do with the influence that the Marcoses have, I imagine, over the local authorities that prevail right now, di ba? Oh, so that's a pending case. We've got two cases. One is enforcement of the original foreign judgment, and then the second is a contempt case.
Okay, what are the chances naman of renegotiating the settlement? Ano bang pwedeng, kumbaga, nireject yung desisyon o yung settlement na gawa sa US court? Ano? Yun ang ginawa ng ating pamahalaan. So, ano yung susunod na hakbang? Can the US judge reformulate itong settlement and say na, oo, yung buong 20 million ay mapupunta na sa Philippine government, walang mapupunta sa biktima. And of course, there are some private individuals who are also supposed to get a portion of this 20 million. Ano? So, ang gusto ng government natin, yung buong 20 million ay mapunta sa National Treasury. At kumbaga, yun ang sinasabi nitong yun ng Solicitor General o yung ating pamahalaan sa US Court.
Yes, yun exactly yung sinasabi niya. Now, that would go against the grain of the spirit of the ruling that has recently been done by the court. You must remember that the court already came out with a ruling last March 28 that, X number goes to the claimants, X number goes to PCGG, and then
So what
whatever goes to other
Yes,
litigants,
oo.
di ba? So, gumawa na ng ruling na gano'n eh. So ngayon, ang sinasabi ng gobyerno, ay, ayaw namin yung ruling na yan. Gusto namin lahat pupunta sa amin. Yun. Yun
Okay,
sinasabi. Ngayon, pag
so-
ginawa nila yun, ang sinasabi ng gobyerno, ayaw namin kilalanin yung foreign judgment. Because this is actually implementing the foreign judgment in American courts. Di ba? That is what is being that is happening. Pag sinabi niya yun, pagka pinilit ito ni Solgen, sumasalungat siya sa batas that is already recognized the foreign judgment. You must understand that yung aming Republic Act 10368, that is actually implementing, and that is already implemented, itong 10 billion, yung $200 million, 10 billion pesos na pumunta dun sa mga claimants, ang batas na yan recognize the foreign judgment by recognizing the legitimacy of the class that actually filed before the judgment and won the case of $2 billion practically.
So ma'am, ano yung chance na yun na nga, magbago yung isip ng judge na to at sumang-ayon nga doon sa kagustuhan ng ating pamahalaan? At yung PCGG ba ang magne-negotiate ba o it's going to argue on behalf of the Philippine government to change the settlement? May chance ba na mawala talaga tong decision na to at yung perang $20 million talagang maglalaho na lang, may iwan na lang doon sa Amerika at hindi na madidistribute sa mga biktima?
There will be a chance na there is, syempre we will always say there are possibilities. There will the possibility na pwedeng baguhin ng korte, bakit hindi? Di ba? Ando naman lagi yung ganung possibility kasi hindi naman absolute pa na pinal kung ano man ang didesisyonan ng korte. Pero sasalungat yan doon sa spirit of the law. And ako, from the point of view of the American court, I doubt very much na papayag sila na baguhin yung kanilang pinagpasyahan na. Di ba? Because yung pinagpasyahan nila, nakabatay nga doon sa ruling ng foreign judgment. Di ba? Na dinesisyon na nila na $2 billion should go. Siyempre, suntok naman sa buwan yun. So kung ano man yung nakikita na pag-aari ng Marcos estate at the moment at napanalo nilang mahusga ito by the claimants. Kasi ang claimants naman, ang klaseng nangunguna rito, walang dahilan kung bakit yung korte hindi papaboran itong ganitong klaseng decision. Because it is merely implementing a foreign judgment that was decided in an American court. And that's very legitimate as far as they are concerned. Ang mangyayari dyan, sa nakikita ko, it provides a tentative delay. No, because kailangan isettle pa muna, siguro, harapin itong rejection itong PCGG. The PCGG is represented in the American court, of course. Meron siyang sariling
Okay.
lawyer doon na lumalaban para sa kanyang defense. But at this stage of the game, I would think that the status of the legal settlement is in favor of the claimants. Pero kung nagprotesta itong PCGG na ito, siguro gusto na iakyat ba yan o kailangan may motion for reconsideration at the level of the district court, maaaring yun muna ang dapat harapin. Baka motion for reconsideration ang hihingin niya, and so the district court will also have to rule.
Okay. Maraming salamat sa inyong oras, Eta Rosales, dating chair ng Commission on Human Rights.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.